As usual, I'm with Best Kept Secret. Just clearing my throat there. And it's actually quite sunny this morning. Who'd have thought? So yesterday was my second day at Best Kept Secret Festival in the Netherlands, and it was pretty good. To an extent, kind of. So if you didn't see the previous video, Best Kept Secret Festival is a very small festival in the Netherlands which has 5 stages. After the first and now second day, I kind of sussed out which is on each stage essentially. Stage 1, basically mainstream stuff. Stage 2, slightly underground, but not too underground that no one's heard of it. Stage 3, just electronic stuff. Stage 4, just DJ sets. Scratching, that was really lame. Stage 5, esoteric and kind of aggressive miscellaneous acts, just all over the spectrum of acts. Just stuff that wouldn't really fit on any of the other stages. There's no place for this anywhere else, so let's just put it there in the corner. So the first act that I saw that day was Mourn, who I was really looking forward to seeing after seeing an article about them on Pitchfork. After listening to their music, they've become one of my favourite new groups around. They're a post-punk group from Catalonia, with the members ranging from the ages of 15 to 19. And they showed a great deal of promise from what I heard from their debut album, so I was really looking forward to seeing them. I saw them at Primavera, they were amazing. There's flashes of Sleater Kinney in there. Their performance was fantastic. It was really interesting hearing them speak in English for once. And the drummer was absolutely exceptional. He's the only male in the group. He was pounding it so hard, he hit the cymbal so viciously, it jumped off and he had to reattach it. This happened about 3 times in the whole set. It was brilliant. Go and see them live if you get the chance to. I think that was the first ever concert outside of Spain. I may be wrong about that, but I think that's the case. It's really worth checking them out, it really is. Then after that I went to see Temples. If you want to see contemporary psychedelic music done better in the mainstream, then listen to Tame Impala. They were just such a huge Beatles rip-off. I mean, the guitarist was dressed as John Lennon. Even a song featuring my name in it, Henry's Cavern or whatever, couldn't stop me feeling indifferent to it. And if I'm indifferent, why am I making such a fuss? I mean, it wasn't even a standout live show, it was just... In my opinion, there wasn't really anything worth seeing for the next few hours, so I headed back to my tent to have a nap, deliberately missing out on Of Monsters and Men, just because I'm not a fan of their brand of twee, hipster, indie folk. It's just not good. And as I was re-entering the festival, I noticed a Dutch guy wearing a Death Grips hoodie, and I clocked him and I said, hey. And then he was just like, yeah, we both understood each other. So then I went to see Cab For Cutie. I couldn't actually see the concert because the tent was so packed and I could only hear the concert, which left me feeling frustrated that I couldn't see the stage. So I decided to leave. Plus my feet were killing me, just these enormous blisters that were on my ankles. And I'd been putting off going to get them sorted out for the past few days, but after much hesitation I bit the bullet and finally went to the first aid area where they dressed my affected areas and I was given the all clear. I headed off to go and see Balthazar. They took familiar and dare I say better executed tropes from other and more interesting indie bands like The Strokes, Arcade Fire and Arctic Monkeys. That was the only 3 songs I heard. It was a song that sounded like The Strokes, a song that sounded like Arcade Fire and a song that sounded like the Arctic Monkeys. Be a bit more original, guys. So I got pretty bored by Balthazar. So I went to go to stage 5, which had been pretty consistent with the acts that had been putting on thus far, to see Föllakzoid, who were really good. They had an interesting sound. It was at this point I realised that stage 5 has not disappointed me in any way, shape or form so far, and I'd be making more trips to stage 5 in the near future. But the music was good. I can't really say much more about it than that because I didn't stay for too long because I wanted to catch Ride. I've always said that Nowhere, the album by Ride, is the album the Stone Roses should have made after their debut, but sadly didn't. It was really, really brilliant to see Ride live. I mean, for most of it, it was just them playing songs and it sounded good. It was kind of like the Jesus and Mary chain, but they weren't as subdued. You could really feel like they wanted to be there. It wasn't just, oh, so good, so good, so good, so good. I collect my paycheck now. It wasn't like that at all. That you could really see the passion. And also, I was so close to the stage that when Mark Gardner was violently strumming away at his guitar, I could hear the strings being hit. It was brilliant. I could just hear the acoustic sound of the strings being hit. And it was an electric guitar, it wasn't an acoustic guitar, so it made it all the more brilliant. And of course, being able to hear Vapor Trail and Drive Blind play live was something that I'll never forget. So, after Ride, I went to go past the Vaccines. I didn't see them live for the same reason I didn't enjoy Circa Waves or Balthazar. To be honest, the Vaccines, they're just a really clinical group. The Vaccines just strike me as a group who formed a band just because they wanted to form a band, as opposed to forming a band because you want to make amazing music. I'm indifferent to the Vaccines. So I went to see Hookworms because they're playing at ATP Iceland, and I'd never heard of them. So I figured if they're playing at ATP Iceland, then they must be worth watching, and they're also on stage 5. So they're probably going to be good. And I wasn't disappointed. It's kind of an interesting blend of post-rock and just rock music. I can't really dilute it down any further than that. It was just rock. And it sounded really good. And the singer/keyboardist had this awesome mop top. And he was just great. He had lots of energy and he was going all over the place, and he had a great stage presence, and you could tell that he was really enjoying himself. So after that, I kind of wandered about a bit. A$AP Rocky was playing, but I'm not really a fan of his music, so I didn't really bother with that. So I just wandered about, had a look, saw a couple of DJ sets. Weren't particularly amazing or interesting, but it was just something to kill time. So then I went to see Noel Gallagher, and this for me was one of the biggest reasons why I went to Best Kept Secret, because so many times I wanted to see Noel Gallagher live, but the prices for his concerts are far too extortionate for me to ever dream of buying one of his tickets. So for me, this was the perfect opportunity to see him live, and he didn't disappoint. He sounded great and didn't play many duff tracks off his new album, which was great, because I'm not a huge fan of his new album. And plus, it was amazing to see the Master Plan and Don't Look Back in Anger live. It was a glorious moment and something I'll always remember. So Silicon Way. And also, What a Life and Everybody's on the Run, which to me are some of his best tunes post Be Here Now era. You're probably thinking, post Be Here Now era? Be Here Now wasn't a very good album. Yes, but there was some good B-sides off it. Trust me, have a look. Go listen to The Fame. So, the final act that I saw was Kindness, who was recommended to me by my brother, Dougie. Hello Dougie, by the way. And after seeing a video a few months back that he linked me to, I kind of felt indifferent to what I saw. But he was still adamant that I should see them. But despite my protestations, as they clashed with Noel Gallagher, my brother replied, "You'll only be playing new stuff anyway, so you can afford to miss most of it." To which I reluctantly agreed with. And so I saw Kindness, and I'm glad I did, because it was hands down the best set of the festival so far. It was this really good kind of funk and soul combination with some house and kind of electronica in it as well, and it was fucking brilliant. It was just so electric. And the frontman of Kindness, I mean, he had such a wonderful stage presence. He was jumping into the audience and singing in front of the audience, bouncing up and down, and he brought one of the audience members on stage to bash a woodblock while they all danced on stage. It was It was just so much fun. It was so much fun. And then he thanked everyone for supporting independent music by coming to the festival, which was really beautiful to hear, and also thanking the artists who were playing at the festival for keeping live music going. For me, it was the best act of the festival so far, hands down. No questions asked. Thank you, Dougie, for turning me on to kindness. I might not enjoy the music that he does in the studio, but my God, they are amazing live. So thank you, Dougie, for turning me on to them. So that was my day. I was going to see Deacon of Animal Collective doing a DJ set, but I just really wanted to get some sleep. So that was it. That was really my day. I'm really looking forward to the set today. Johnny Greenwood is playing first thing in the morning, so I'm going to go and head over there now. See you cool cats later.